News article aplenty. Welcome aboard, passengers. Mega Sim here. Today, oh my voice, just a sec. Roadmap January update. So that's just been released. So we know that we've already had a news article today, which is the Scotrail Express, Edinburgh to Glasgow by Rivet Games. That is some really good news coming out today. That's going to be out in 2 weeks. So, roadmap update. I'm going to go through the too long didn't read summary, and then we'll go through each part. So a quick summary for those who don't want to go through the whole article. There are some more details on all these points within the roadmap. First of all, 4 items confirmed on this month's roadmap, including Scotrail Express, Edinburgh to Glasgow, West Cornwall Local, Steam Railtour. Ooh. Amtrak Acceler Express, Niddertalbahn Bad Vilbel to Glauberg Stockheim. So, I don't know why it's been here. Scotrail Express, yes, we know because it's there and there, but the release date is 2 weeks' time, Thursday the 26th of January. Skyhook Games, the next British route, has been added to the roadmap. Add-ons Manager is in its final stages before being prepared for launch on PlayStation. Patch released on Monday containing Steam physics improvements, London commuter red lights improvements and new freight services. Work to improve lighting timing on future routes as well as South Eastern High Speed. AWS TPWS save game improvements and more. Class 20 livery designer functionality has been released. And Boston Sprinter is receiving a signalling and lighting update. So welcome to 2023. Dovetail hopes you and our loved ones have had a nice break, and we're ready to go for another exciting year of Trains and World fun. So, they've not missed the War and Peace roadmap updates. The New Year's resolution, though, is to make the roadmaps all killer, no filler. So let's get started. So just before Crimbo, you might have noticed some cheeky teasers popping up on the social media channels. So we've got this one, we've got that one, we've got this one, and we got that one. So, as we know what this one is, we potentially know what these ones are. But yeah, let's have a look. So, they can confirm that Scotrail Express, Edinburgh to Glasgow, West Cornwall Local Steam Railtour, the Amtrak Acceler Express and the Niddertalbahn will be coming this year and have been added to the roadmap. Earlier today, it was confirmed that Edinburgh Glasgow, developed by Rivet Games, will be arriving on Thursday 26th of Jan. Go to my news article that I just released for that, about 4:30, talking about that. Anyway, they've grabbed some of the Rivet team to chat about the new route, which we can also read below. They've also added the Skyhook Games first route to the roadmap. It's British. You can have that clue for free. And they'll provide more information to us all when we're ready to share more when they're ready to share more details. On top of this, positive progress on the Epic Add-ons Manager journey, a substantial update which hit earlier this week, adding class 20 functionality, improved physics, red light improvements, etc. So tomorrow, Dovetail will be launching a new Train Sim World 3 Birmingham Standard Edition for Train Sim World 3, which is going to be replacing the South Eastern High Speed. Okay, so before these, there are 3 routes, weren't there? The German, the American and the British. Birmingham Cross City is now going to be that base route. But if you do own South Eastern High Speed already, you'll receive the extended version for free and enhanced. Cross City will of course remain available as a separate add-on. Keep an eye out for the stores. Ready for some more detail? Oh, go on then. There we go. So, Scotrail Express, Edinburgh to Glasgow, Rivet Games interview. So, the second Scottish route to Train Sim World. Equally excited that the friends at Rivet Games, who are based in Scotland, are able to help bring this to us. So they spoke to Jasper, the community manager at Rivet, to find out a little more about the route and the much anticipated 385. Hey Jasper, good to see you again. I'm not going to put any leaks out, am I? No, Joking. Come on, JD. So, super excited for this. Why this route? Well, Jasper said that it was one of the routes that they've wanted to do for quite some time now, and it's right at their doorstep. Has a cool new train running on it, and also features many remarkable areas that they wanted to bring and now have into Train Sim World 3. So what have you learnt from previous add-on releases? They love the idea of going beyond what players expected gameplay wise. Started this on Island Line, where they opened up several areas for the player to walk into. So, Island Line 2022 was the last for Train Sim World 2. What has been the difference between developing an add-on for TSW2 and TSW3? Well, the lighting is drastically different, Jasper says, and presents a multitude of challenges and different ways to work. So in what period is this set? Right here, right now, real, true-to-life version, right in Train Sim World 3. What's the most challenging part of creating this route? Edinburgh Waverley. Oh, look at that. Edinburgh Waverley Station. I've been there. Been there a couple of times last year. Undertaken by two artists, they tried to capture an accurate representation of the model and bring it to life in Train Sim World 3. And Edinburgh to Glasgow was a very dense route for a small team like theirs, so they had to prioritise stations and scenery while still finding time to implement new features. So describe the route in 3 words. Detailed, authentic and Scottish. What has it been like working with Scotrail? Well, it's been a pleasure. They're always quick, super helpful and overall just nice people. So Rivet is based in Scotland, so how excited are you to bring the second Scottish route to Train Sim World? Well, so many of them have been using this route in real life and rebuilding it for Train Sim World 2. 3. So it was super exciting and very exciting to do. So this is the longest route to date. 48 miles, 77 kilometres. What stations can player expect to stop at? Well, the route is framed by 2 breathtaking sections. Edinburgh Waverley with its massive glass and metal roof structure and the many open spaces at one end, and Glasgow Queen Street with its unique approach at the other end. Both features are a very unique and different architecture, so in total there are 10 stations along the route. Are there any surprises? Well, they always aim for interesting scenarios, unusual and challenging situations different from what is in the timetable service, but that would ruin the surprise. What iconic landmarks can we see? Well, they've spent quite a lot of time making sure the route features as many remarkable buildings and structures as possible. That includes the famous Edinburgh Castle, which is scenically lit at night times. Nice. The Scott Monument and many other scenes around Edinburgh, as well as the Avon Valley Viaduct, Murrayfield Stadium and the Edinburgh Tram. As a working AI train. Nice. Murrayfield Stadium, isn't that near where all the Scotrail HSTs sit? I hope so. With the Island Line 2022, players really enjoyed the amount of exploring on foot. Is this the same approach? Well, yes. There's even more walkable areas and sometimes they are hidden behind doors. Ooh. So maybe you're going through that door. Up the quality of the station interiors by a lot to make it interesting to wander around. Added usable elevators and interactive pianos. Wow. There's definitely a lot to explore with this route. So how much of Edinburgh Waverley is accessible? You're able to explore the front half of the station with this release. This includes the 2 ramps going up to the street where you can enjoy the view onto the tracks from a custom platform. There's one working elevator and players can go over its iconic walkway, getting a perfect overview of the station. What collectibles? Well, there are traditional ones like Edinburgh theme poster, the route map, 2 more traditional Scottish ones, so a haggis plush, so we can put it on the hat, and a suitcase that reveals a bagpipe once collected. The iconic Scotrail planters, however, are not included as a collectible, but they sure are as scenery objects. Okay, so they are in it, but not as a collectible. That's good. So what's your favourite part? Definitely its iconic looks, combined with the features it packs you'd expect from a modern train like this. What's the most challenging part of creating the loco? The overall layout of the train. So there are many different layouts for the individual coaches, which makes working on the model difficult. Because often they would need to remember that they need to apply that little change to all other versions as well. So what unique features have you implemented? They'll bring along TMS, Train Monitoring System, for the first time. From there, you can control a number of things, including the new announcement system. You can select from multiple categories, and if certain announcement plays just once or more often. So here we go. So arrive at, this is your belongings. This train is for Class 385 service, Scotrail service. The next station is... continuous, once, repeat, safety and security, customer info. I can't wait to play that. Of course, they've also kept the working guard panels they introduced in Island Line and added automatically setting blinds depending on the sunshine for the first class section as well. Nice. And there is a tutorial that's going to be in the training centre. So what physics considerations did you need to take? Well, a big point with the physics of this train was the dynamic braking power should be similar regardless of how many coaches you have. So they've taken that into account via the simulgraph by checking the weight of the train. There is also blending of air to complement the electric braking, which will kick in to help reach the target deceleration or get the job done if you don't have any power. Thanks Jasper for answering the questions. He will be on the preview streak, which is in the coming weeks, so Tuesday 24th is the preview, and then it will be released on Thursday the 26th. Keep your eyes peeled on the socials for dev blogs coming over the next week. We know Rivet, they love doing their little YouTube videos and dev blogs, so yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Anyway, core improvements. Add-ons manager, we are getting close, it says. Dovetail are getting close. The test builds are effectively feature complete with one issue left to solve. Early testing has been positive. They're not in a position to put a release date on it though, as mentioned in previous roadmaps, whilst they only do that when testing is passed, but they are optimistic. We are optimistic that they're on the home straight. This will allow PlayStation players who currently are unable to play all their content due to a 64 gig add-on limit imposed by Sony due to some behind the scenes wizardry. It will also likely improve the experience of those who are seen crashing on some content too. So there are some patch highlights. Patch highlights that came out on Monday. A chunky update which had Spirit of Steam physics improvements, Class 20 livery designer functionality, night lighting to be sensitive to light not time, southeastern high speed stuff, save game, livery reskins, PIS monitors on West Cornwall Local now displayed, trains to London Paddington, 2 standalone red light improvements, 17 new freight services to London Commuter, thanks Joe, various Spirit of Steam route improvements, and a 187 achievement now unlocks correctly. And here is a little summary of the route from Joe for London Commuters. So there are 17 new freight services, some are multi-part, that run through both day and night, allowing players to explore such places as Ardingly. It's fun to see how the freight fits into the busy nature of this route. Many of the services have trains to follow, some even have time stops to allow trains to overtake. With such tight blocks in South London, following a stopper there can be quite the challenge. They have slightly different paths to passenger trains, adding more services that run all the way from Clapham to Three Bridges on the slow lines via Red Hill. He hasn't personally seen the effect on the existing passenger services yet, but he knows that FB90 is now affected by one of these new services, so there's a good reason to replay that one. Okay, might try that. There are also a variety of extra AI services to be seen around Clapham Junction, as well as a less common aggregate train to be sent to Battersea Park. There were a couple of issues encountered by players after the release. Scenario planning not allowing you to set an endpoint for scenarios, and London Commuter crashing on PS5. But the post-release patch that came out today, the hotfix, is now available to download, which will solve those issues. So, quick note. Some of the areas of the roadmap we do not have substantial information on. HST livery update. We are fixing the final couple of issues and then it will be ready for testing. Just a big reminder, you cannot get the blue, purple, internal, external HST once this patch has come out. As soon as HST comes out in Delivery Designer, it will be gone. You can change the colours on the outside of the train, but the interior will be the green that we have at the moment on the green GWRs. AI SPADs, they have a fix currently in testing, a load of red light stuff, performance improvements, derailing improvements, preservation crew stuff, etc, etc. Provide development, so Boston Sprinter route upgrade, Todd 4 and re-signalling. So this was teased before Crimbo with the Acela, so we might have noticed that Boston Sprinter has received a bit of a facelift, upgrading the route to what they call Todd 4 lighting, more on that below, but also reworking the signalling on the route. Spoke to one of their artists, Adam, about the challenge associated with incorporating TSW3's lighting to legacy routes, and Brandon, who you might know as Cactus Juice, a community NEC subject matter expert who has been helping re-signal parts of the route. P.S. Enjoy some bonus Boston screenshots with the new lighting. So upgraded lighting and volumetric skies. So they are going to be bringing out Train Sim 3 lighting system to Boston Sprinter. And there's a load of stuff there. So lights. First pass is to go through all the lights on the system, such as station lighting, street lights. These lights actually cast light onto other scenery, so they need to bump up the brightness significantly. Emissive textures. So a lit up bulb will be done using emissive texture, and the actual lighting effect on the room is in the light itself. So we see the lighting on there, on the clouds, on the smoke there as well. Also with the light baking in the tunnels have to be redone. Oh, that was a serious problem. We had that with Southeastern High Speed, if you remember when it first came out on Train Sim World 2. But yeah, we'll get a new bake on that. Look at this. Looks good. Right, updated in signalling. So we're going to notice changes to the progression of the signal aspects. On slower routes of the route, less than 125 miles an hour, the typical signal progression has been revised to clear 125, approach limited, advanced approach, restricting, stop, and proceed. So yeah, these are the things that we've got in the cab for us to be able to go through the signals. On the faster routes, greater than 125, you see where we're going here. It needs to go over 125 miles an hour. And what goes over 125 miles an hour? You got it. The ALL Express. And there's some loads of stuff here. Now, this may be interesting to you, but I would suggest you look at the roadmap to see a lot more about that. And then there's also the signalling model blueprint and stuff. Anyway, it's an American route. If you want to take a look, take a look. So, special projects team update. So, the BR Class 20 livery designer compatibility. The team's work on the HSD compatibility is also complete but awaiting testing. The work on bringing volumetric skies and clouds to Boston Sprinter, as mentioned above. They've been working closely with their partners, preparing them for upcoming release. But in the meantime, they have snuck in passenger information screens improvement for West Cornwall Local 2, which now say London Paddington, Penzance, St Ives, St Austell, Penzance, St Austell, St Ives. London Paddington. Oh, I like that route, that one. The 1625. That would be a good route to go on. 1625 to London Paddington. This is St Earth, so that would be quarter past 4 from St Earth, St Ives, from Penzance, St Earth is 1625. That's a good route. I like that route. Third-party developer update. It's all exciting with the partners. They've confirmed Rivet's British route, expansion pack, TSG's German route, as well as Skyhook's new British route. As mentioned above, when we're able to share more details, watch this space. Alan Thompson Simulations, Union Workshop are familiarising themselves with Train Sim World's toolsets, so they're very much in the early stages at the moment. Just Trains continue to make steady progress on learning the tools and producing their first content. It is very unlikely that we're going to be hearing about that anytime soon. Anyway, so Dovetail game releases. Amtrak ALL Express has been added. A US route is coming. Route expansion pack is coming as well. This is the one where we've got to do this. So, Scotrail Express headed to Glasgow. West Cornwall Local Steam Railtour. This is the 3D GDG R702. So, let's have a look at it. Oh, yes. So, X. 3. So, you see where it says 3? That's Train Sim World 3. GDG. G, Great Britain. What was it? G. D, diesel electric. And where is it? Okay, it's GDG. So D and G. So diesel hydraulic, possibly. Yeah, if it's BB, it's just that and that. So it's diesel hydraulic and diesel electric. R7. So R is a route. 7 is 2011. And then 02. So what does that mean? It's a unique number for that release. If it duplicates another with the same settings, the case of that, it will then be 02. So it's 02. That means that it's going to be similar duplicates another with the same settings. Interesting. So it could be similar to one of these routes, because that's look, 02, 03. So what is it going to be like? Well, there's only one way to find out. Wait! So that's that one for Skyhook Games. The Niedertalbahn, Bad Wiewel and Glauberg to Stockenheim. Okay, that's the TSG one, not Dovetail. And then the 420, which will be for the Hauptstrecke Munich-Augsburg. That's coming soon as well. A load of core features here: the add-ons manager, the derailing improvements, red light dispatcher, save game improvements, performance optimization, rush hour passenger system for London Commuter. Why is that still in there? I thought we've got rush hour passenger system for London Commuter. Maybe we don't. And also Spirit of Steam stuff there. Special projects team, HST is the next thing that comes out now that we've got Class 20. So get those blue HSTs, those purple HSTs in before it goes. Boston Sprinter route upgrade, DBBR 187 audio improvements. So this is preservation crew. Even though it was created by a third party, the 187 is going to be helped by the preservation crew. A Scottish commuter tiny update there. Just be aware that what we've said in the last video, there probably won't be any layers of the new Rivet Scotland train on their Cathcart Circle, and then some loads of other stuff removed from roadmap as well. But yeah, tonight 7 o'clock if you want to take a look at that with the guys there. But no, that's pretty much it. 21 minutes. That was a long time. I didn't think it would be that long. But no, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos from the Mega Sim. Social media links are in the description below. We are on a train world soon. You will see some videos coming out for that soon. But yeah, see you on the next one. Bye, guys.